Shalom, shalom. This is Kaparia, aka Pops, out of GMS Chicago, with another sit down, real brief. Before I get started, though, like always, I want to send all praises, honor, and glory out to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakwadash, to the apostles and elders of GMS out of New York, elder bishops out of Connecticut. I want to send double honors because they do rule well. But the brethren around the world push this truth uncut, unfiltered, give you the good, the bad, and the ugly of the scriptures, correctly breaking down the prophecies and the interaction with the people on the planet. I send a hearty shalom for the hopeful elect. I hope this is edifying. For the Akwat, the few, and the true, that's listening sincerely to charity, keep doing so. But for scorn and scoff, for reprobate, 2/3 Israelites, and such in other nations who are in the midst of Jacob's trouble, it is going to get a whole lot worse. So anyway, Elder Malcolm is always bringing this out. And, we tap into it from time to time. And even when we get certain Caucasian-looking Edomites that come up, we don't automatically go to because of your color. That's necessarily who your heritage is actually ran by. We understand that it goes through the house of your fathers, and I got scripture to prove that as well. But if you looked at the world as it is, and look at farming as it is, you'll see that the ground cannot bring up anything without a seed being planted. And that's basically the whole premise of what we talk about when we're speaking on a speckled bird, things of this nature. A household is established by its father. So if an Oriental man, who y'all would call Chinese or Japanese, which is Moab or Ammon according to the scriptures, being ancestral sons of Lot and his daughters and things of this nature, then you would have whoever those men turn around and lay with, that's who you bring him back. You bring him back a Chinese or a Moabite or Japanese, which is an Ammonite. You're not, even if you're a so-called Israelite female, you bring him back through the bloodline of the father, that the seed that was planted in you of that heritage. Okay, you can see this lady here, like you said. I mean, pale skin, thin hair, blue eyes, or green eyes, whatever it is. But she said, yes, I'm half black. Okay? So, like I said, so when we say we're not Black Hebrew Israelites, we're just the Israelites, because we was dispersed among all of the nations, we go come back looking like some of all of the nations that are on the planet, even though they look like this. So I'm gonna let this go, and then I'm gonna put some scriptures to this, okay? Here we go.
My biological father is
What she say? Biological father. That means she came from his nutsack. He was the one that planted the seed in her mom, and she came out. Even though she looks like this, her dad is African American or an Israelite, tribe of Judah, Benjamin, or Levi, more than likely. So let's back it up and let it go again.
I am half black. My biological father.
And she's not half black. She's got Caucasian features, but her bloodline, the blood that runs through her veins, her heritage comes from her father. So she is an Israelite by blood of a dark-skinned tribe of people known today.
Father is African American. I'm gonna break it down for you because I know what you're thinking. This girl is insane. There's no way she has green eyes, very light skin, and blonde hair. Like, there's no way. Growing up as a kid, I always got, that's your stepdad, you must be adopted. This video is honestly for educational purposes to just let you know, like, people can look like me and be mixed. So let me break it down and show you my parents. Alrighty, here is me and my dad. This is my dad. His name is Lance. Here's another photo. It's kind of blurry, but yes, he raised me my entire life from when I came out the womb. Here is another photo of us when I was younger. And this is my mom, so I definitely took after like her skin tone, her hair. I'm looking like a weird ass little baby in this pic, but this is my mom again. Here is her when she was in her teenage.
Mine wasn't bad. And I know why Pop wanted to pop, okay? I know why Pop hit it. You can look at it and tell. She had that bikini on, had a cute little figure, and like I said, I love tan lines. She's like, yeah, you gotta have it, and hit it. Definitely.
Years. So yeah, those are. I am half black. My biological father is African American.
Period. Period. Let's go get some scriptures. Prove this point. Ain't gonna have to, not gonna have to spend a whole lot of time. So when y'all want to call us Black Hebrew Israelites, is she black? Is she black? Because she's definitely Israelite based on her bloodline. Numbers 1, 1 and 2. And Yahweh spoke unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai in the tabernacle of the congregation on the first day of the second month in the second year after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying, Take ye the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel after their families, by the house of their fathers. Didn't say the mothers. Did not say the mothers. Okay, say the fathers. With the number of their names, every male by their polls. Okay? Okay. 1. Let me show you how you know that. Let me show you how the other nations knew this. Let's go to Actually, let's do this. Hold on. Let's go to Exodus. Excuse me. We'll go Exodus. We'll go 1 and 1. Let's see. See how far down I gotta go. Okay. Watch this. This is Exodus 1. We're going to start at verse 15. And the king of Egypt spake unto the Hebrew midwives, because we was in slavery at this time, which the name of one was Sephir, and the name of the other Pur. And he said, when ye go to the office of a midwife, that means you go and help a Hebrew woman that's with child to bear the child to the Hebrew woman and see them upon their stools. They used to squat down on a stool that had a hole in the bottom of it that helped them. So there was no laying down and all this other kind of stuff. They squatted down so gravity could help with the birthing of the child. And see them upon the stools, if it be a son, not a woman, not a girl, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. So if you see a son coming out of her, you're to kill him. Why? Because that carries on the Israelites' lineage. Okay? You shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. That Egyptian is basically saying, if she's birthing a male, kill him. If she's birthing a female, let her live. Because we can fuck her. We can have sex with her. We can implant her with our seed, and we will continue our line of people on with that. Okay? Period. But the midwives feared the Lord more. Okay, so it says, but the midwives feared God and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children alive. So they did not discontinue their race by killing the male children. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said to him, why have I done this thing and have saved the men children alive? Because they kept a nation of people relevant by letting the sons live. Okay, period. Not gonna go no further than that. That's it. So the race of a people is carried on through their lineage, and the lineage is produced and stored in the scrotum or nutsack of men. Period. One more. I got one more. No end of people. Ecclesiastes 4:16. For there is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. So when we tell you Edomites, that you're going into slavery for the sins of your fathers, because that was you back in the day, and you, even though you don't want to admit that or understand that, the scripture bears that out. There is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. They also that come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely this is also is vanity and vexation of spirit. So there's no end of people, which is the point. So you Edomites that was back then, or Esau that was back then, you wasn't killed off. You here, we're still in your captivity. You still got to pay the price. And like I said, peep this. Watch this. This is the crazy part. Watch this. Watch this. I'm gonna claim her. So if a brother haven't gotten her, I'm gonna claim her. So she's an Israelite. She's gonna get to live forever. Oops. Damn. So with that, I want to send all praises, honor, and glory out to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Yahweh Ratazah. I'm going to say that with Yahweh Ratazah. I'm going to claim her in Yahweh Ratazah, Yahweh's will. So with that, I'm going to send all praises, honor, and glory out to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, and Kakodash, to the apostles and elders, again, out of GMS, and the bishops out of Connecticut, double honors. Hopefully elect. I hope that's edifying. As Malcolm would like to use the Khadida, is it Khadida? Kushida or whatever, Quincy Jones' daughter. Yeah, okay, there you go. There you go. Blonde hair, blue eye, green eyed, blonde hair, thin lip, daddy's a brother and whatnot. So it is what it is. Okay? So with that, I hope that's edifying. A hearty shalom for the hopeful elect and a barber ball to the rest of the world.